So in a breeze mode, we'll try to cover everything, that summary of everything that we did till date. And we'll do a few more things like some new asanas for back and our dharana and everything. And in the self-discovery also, we'll take a interesting example, subject. So for yoga, I'll just share the screen. So yoga is defined as chitta vritti nirodha. So chitta is my mind. Mind's vritti is towards so many external things. When I block it and I become completely introverted, look within, and that is the time you can actually find your pure self and pure true happiness. And that is how yoga is defined. Okay, so so the posture while sitting for doing any of these kriyas, dhyan, meditation, whatever, the posture, your spine has to be absolutely erect, straight. Okay, you should be sitting on a mat or some kind of chatai or some kind of bamboo thing, not a metallic thing, not on ground, nothing that is a good conductor of electricity should not be used. So animal skin people used to use, but now we are not like we are animal lovers. We do not want animals to be killed, so we don't use that. So you can use yoga mat or any other insulating material. Time of the day, ideal time is early morning, but doing it at midnight also is better than not doing it at all. It is to be done empty stomach. There has to be 3 hours gap, minimum 2 hours, but 3 hours is ideal between your eating and doing yoga. So that is why morning you have at least 10 plus hours gap when you are doing it in the morning, assuming you are not eating very late at night. Okay, so this is typically done after bath, unlike gym where you sweat out and then you take a bath. Yoga is done after cleaning yourself, and whatever small sweat that you get after doing yoga is not to be washed out. So in yoga, as this picture shows, there are chakras, which are energy centers, you can say, kind of. These are not actual objects that you can find out by dissecting body, but they are virtual centers, which is starting with Muladhara at the bottom and Agya chakra at the top. Details about every chakra is something which is a subject of advanced course, but right now you just have to remember this, that these energy centers you need to activate while you are doing Omkar. So Omkar has to be started not like not from throat, but it has to go deep from your Muladhara. Okay, so in my action I have shown you like where the vibration is. We discussed the reasons why that is right, but will not go so much in depth. Yoga consists of 8 limbs: yam, niyam, asan, pranayam, etc. Asan, Padmasan is ideal because naturally spine tends to be erect. But for some people, Padmasan is difficult. I'll stop sharing the screen, I think. Yeah, for those Padmasan is difficult, do it as Sukhasan. Somebody asked Padmasan left first or right leg to be taken first, as per your convenience. Okay, it's a thing which is a binding posture. So as long as you are folding the legs correctly and it binds you into a stable position, it's fine. Those who can't do it can do it Ardha Padmasan, which is just one leg above other. Otherwise, you can sit in Sukhasan. Another asana we took was Vajrasan. For some people, Vajrasan can be painful. For some, Padmasan can be painful. But usually, something will work for most people. We discussed about Nadi. Your breathing, right nostril, left nostril, right is Surya Nadi, left is Chandra Nadi. When your right nostril is active, your efficiency in sports, physical things, logical things is better. When the left is active, your artistic tendencies, emotional tendencies, poetic sense will be better. We usually start with Sukshma Yoga before doing our Yoga Kriyas, which is starting from your toe to waist and your fingers and wrist to your shoulders and then the neck. But today we will not cover that. You should do that. Then we did Naman Mudra. Naman Mudra, I'll just demonstrate that. So any Kriya where my body is getting expanded, chest is getting expanded, I need to breathe in. When it is getting contracted, it is you need to exhale. So breathing in, exhaling, exhale, breathing in, come up. This is Naman Mudra, which also we start before doing Yoga Kriya. Now we'll start with our first. So the cycle of Onkar we practice, we have been practicing is 3 times Onkar. Then Manas Onkar we do a Dharana, where we see this divine temple. Then after that we do 2 Onkar. So let's do that and we'll breeze through all other procedures of today. So to correct your posture, you do Parvatasana, stretch yourself fully, neck, back, everything is stretched. In that stretched position, relax your hands. Exhale completely. Fill in. Shant, pitch dark, infinite darkness all around me. Nothing but darkness and this feeling of I. The feeling of existence is always there. The Chetana. If I was not there, the darkness also would not be there. We think darkness is nothingness, but even that would not be there. At the center of your chest, a light gets lamp gets lighted, flooding this temple, Garbhagriha, that is exactly looking like me in Padmasana. Look at the light getting flooded and filled in this temple. Take your focus far off in front of you, and you see a vast darkness. You hear this gunjan, the echo of your earlier omkars. You continuously have that hum as a background, and you see this a single pointed source of light, a calming golden light looking like a star. I take my focus closer and closer to this, and it starts growing my finger size, my palm size, and slowly becomes exactly the height size of me sitting in Padmasana. Like imagine a invisible mirror in between, almost like mirror image, except for the difference that it is lighted, divine, fully lighted. So I am sitting in Padmasana in front, and that looks like a mirror image filled with pure, calming light. Look at the expression, that extraordinary peace, calm, a tinge of smile, hint of a smile, which is possible only when someone is completely satisfied and calm, in true happiness. I take a round, move to the right, look at the right view, same, eyes closed, calm, peaceful, happy expression. Go back, left, again in front. Look at the scene. Apart from this divine object, it's pitch dark. The hum of Omkar. Exhale. After Omkar, we do Kapalbhati. Kapalbhati is always done with Surya Nadi, right nostril first, 54 times left. We can do lesser if you have. Somebody had called me during the week saying that he had difficulty doing 54. So should do lesser, but the problem some people shared was that morning their nose is so choked that doing it is very difficult. So what you can do is Agnisar, if you can practice, Agnisar can create heat. You can do that before starting your yoga. And I'll tell you one energizing exercise which you can do, which is a highly vigorous exercise. I'll show it slowly because otherwise my mat will get disturbed here. But you're lying down, lift your legs, take them back like you do in Halasana. This vigorously, if you do a few times, you will be sweating and good chance. There is no guarantee. I don't know how bad is your nose situation, but most people will get relief. This and Agnisar will create a lot of heat. And then I told you that those still who have problem can lift nostril, and most people it will work with that. If your nose is even more choked, then you should go for medication and you should take steam. But nose has to be clear. Your nose, your breathing has direct impact on your mind. People with constantly choked nose are more likely to have depression. Then we do Kapalabhati. We'll just do it 21 times and we'll skip many other things now. Breathe out completely. Breathe out. Fill in. And very slowly, smoothly exhale. Enjoy this calm. We'll do it with Chandranadi. Right closed, left. Completely breathe out. Fill in. Exhale slowly. After Kapalbhati, we do Anulom-Vilom, Nadi, which is Nadi Shodhan. Anulom-Vilom is always done from Chandranadi, left nostril first. 5 seconds, 6 seconds, depending on your capacity. Breathe in, breathe out from others, breathe in from right, breathe out from left, which is one cycle. You can do 3 cycles or more. Minimum 3 you should do. Will not be doing it now. Then we took Ujjayi, which is a heat creating exercise, very good for your heart and lungs, which is breathing done with friction. We covered 3 types. One was normal, where our mind thinks that cough in my belly area is getting cleared. We explained that yoga is not just physical, there has to be a participation of your mind in all kriyas for it to be effective. We took second part where the hands are at your heart level and you are filling your chest with friction. Okay, so people who have chest congestion should do this. I forgot to tell some people that when congestion is very bad and when they do it, then the congestion moves somewhere else and then it can give lot of trouble. They can do it Vastra Ujjayi with vapor, with some bronchodilator put in the water. So coming in your vapor when the case is very bad, so that it doesn't block somewhere else. The third was Urdhva Ujjayi, where the friction is from here to here, and my imagination, my mind thinks that cough in this area is getting cleared. Get your mind involved and you will have miraculous results. Then the next thing was cooling. We push our tongue against the teeth and from the apertures we breathe in from mouth, breathe out from nose. This we do 3 times. After that we went for Agnisar. Agnisar we'll do because last time it was just introduced. You have to empty your lungs fully, no air, and in that state, taking help of your knee support, you have to take your stomach as much back as possible and make these jerky pushes. We do it this 1 or 2 times. Then we do Vayusar, which is done 3 times, but we'll do just once. Vayusar is making straw of your mouth and breathing in. In the end, you actually drink air. So after that, we do Brahmari. Brahmari is the most fantastic exercise for mind, for heart, for blood pressure. By practicing this along with some other exercises and good diet, I have seen so many cases who were able to reverse their various diseases related to heart and hypertension and many others. So ears closed, 2 fingers above your eyes, 2 below, neck bent down. You have to again imagine, we'll be doing it 3 times only. At your focus, all focus on your heart. It's a 8 petal lotus, which is getting fresher as you are doing, feeling that vibration there at the heart. And by the end, we should be feeling happy at the heart location. Your heart should feel happy. Now you are breathing normally, neck straight, four fingers around eyes are removed, then the ear blocking your thumb blocking your ear is removed. Then we'll do Omkar, but before that, we'll do some of the back exercises now, new back exercise. We covered Bhujangasana last time. We covered Matsyasana. We'll talk about Ardh machchindrasan. Ardh machchindrasan is basically twisting, complete twisting of your spine. And Yogi Machchindranath is supposed to be the originator of this asana, who is to do machchindrasan. And some famous yogi in his book has written that nowadays nobody can do purna machchindrasan. But I have seen one of my gurus doing purna machchindrasan, and if you see Wikipedia, you'll see some gymnasts doing purna machchindrasan. Okay, so what you have done, this is swastikasana. But you have just folded one leg, another is crossing your to the other side of my knee. Then this knee I am pushing here. Basically, I am creating a lot of pressure on my stomach area. A great exercise for diabetes. Now I am pushing my knee further so that I can hold my toe and look back. It's to be done few seconds. So why look back? Because you want to twist the whole spine from bottom to top. Exactly same from the other side. Again pushing the knee, taking hand to this side. You can do as much as you can. With practice, I can do it much better. I'm out of practice, and for some people, they'll not be able to reach their toe. They'll be way behind. Now, what we did was we did this, right? Purna Machchindrasan is not the foot below. Like Padmasana, it is above, then this leg, and then this full twist. Okay, which is extreme twisting. It is possible only when there is zero fat and extreme practice and flexibility. Our goal is not to do physical achievements, so that is not going to be our goal. Now, another exercise was Shalabhasan for lower back. It is the most fantastic exercise. I'll show you Shalabhasan. So, I am on my belly, lying on my belly. Okay, legs are not like this. They are like in Vajrasan when you make them flat, toes pointing to the end. Bhujangasana, we use this position, but here I am taking hands below my thighs. Why? Because I am going to take help of my hands to do Shalabhasan. So I am lifting my right leg. Leg is straight. Okay, it shouldn't be like this. And look at my hand. I can support with my hand my lifting of my leg. Now this part is twisted and lower back I am getting the right negative traction that is required to cure lower back problems. Same with the other leg. Now lifting one leg without hand support is easier, but now when you want to do with both legs, I am locking my toes in each other. We had covered Bhujangasana, which was like this, and we did it with twist also. Take care that your waist portion is not lifted. It has to be touching ground. So because we want to cover newer things, we are not doing Sukshma Yoga, we are not doing Brahma Mudra, neck exercise, but you should do them. Some time of the day at least, you should do those things. So we did Brahmari, after Brahmari we do Omkar. So we'll do Omkar in the Dharna. So make sure your spine is straight. Those who have practice of keeping spine straight throughout the yogic procedure, they don't have to do this every time. Exhale. Shant, pitch dark, light flooding the temple. Take focus ahead. Deep gunjan of Omkar. A single source of light, like a star, mild golden color. Focus gets attracted to this divine light. As it comes closer, it looks bigger and bigger. Till it becomes as big as me sitting in Padmasana. Virtually a reflection of me, but with complete calm and full of light. Look at the expression and enjoy the calm, peace, completely satisfied. Eyes closed, happy within, so a tinge of smile on the face. I take a round, side view, back view, side view, and in front. Forgot about the dark around me, but there is pitch dark, one divine temple, Gunjan of Omkar. Exhale. Again, with your mind, you have to see things. See, experience, feel, touch, hear, eyes closed. You find yourself in water, covered up to your nose. Only eyes are above water. You're standing. Water is room temperature, moving very slowly. It's dark, so you can't see anything. Where you are, what is it? But you feel the water moving. Sometimes it touches your earlobes. So in front, you start seeing the sky getting lighted. Sun is about to rise. Borders of clouds have become brighter. With some light now, you can see the whole scene. You are in a vast river flowing directly in direction of east where the sun is rising. About to rise, I mean. On both sides of the banks, there are trees. I see some small shrubs, some larger trees, forest, some very tall trees which are towering from behind. Water is so clear that I see reflection of all this. The clouds, pouring rays, trees. Sun just comes up. I feel fresh looking at the light. Again, I see reflection of the sun, clouds, everything. This reflection is clear only when water is calm. Exactly same as my reflection of any situation is clear and true only when my mind is calm. If it has waves, it has disturbance, if it has storm happening, then you do not see things clearly. Sun comes halfway and it looks full because of the reflection. Sun is rising and so is the water level. I get fully submerged in water. Till now, I was enjoying this beautiful, uninterrupted view of original and reflection. Now I see nothing. Because I see nothing and I need something for support, I go back within and I see the same divine temple full of light. For this, for seeing the light within, I do not need external, neither sun nor the reflection or anything. Immersive experience. Shant. Slowly the water comes down. You can again see sun is fully up now, but you can still focus back within. Shant. Exhale. Om. You want to preserve this energy, the charge after you. Coming to the second part. At the beginning, we did a simple exercise that text without spaces was difficult to read. So people who keep working hard and do not take breaks for their soul, for their mind, for their body, do not give these spaces, they have a stressful life and they have lesser efficiency. We saw that it is important to have these spaces, important to do yoga, meditation for you to perform better. Take out that time and you will have more time for other things. Otherwise, you see so many people working hard and not being successful. Then we saw that we are doing this course. This is mainly a happiness course. This is for me to be happy. God is there or not, rebirth is there or not, Atma is there or not. These are secondary things. I want to be happy. And these are the findings in my course of finding happiness. We saw that for me to be happy, I have to know who am I. To understand importance of who am I, we took this example of Gavaskar's birth case, where the kids were changed. Mother was showering love to the wrong kid. The moment she came to know that is not his kid, her kid, hers is different, she took another kid and this kid was just dropped into nothingness. No association, no. Someone you can love with all your heart, how can you drop it just like that? Because the most important thing for me is who am I and what is mine. What is mine changed and it all just got wiped. So we need to know who am I. If not, then we may be wasting the time with the wrong child. We may be nurturing a child which is not yours. Then we saw that I want to be happy. Okay, but then don't I feel happy by eating ice cream? In the ice cream example, we saw that sweetness, coldness, etc. were properties of ice cream. Happiness was not its property, because if it was, then after eating 3 kilo ice cream also I should have felt happy. Or when somebody close to me is in tremendous pain, that time also ice cream should have given me happiness. While I say no, I don't want it, I'm not in mood. Okay, so we concluded that if I want to have, say, blue color, experience blue color, I have to experience something of which blue color is a property. If I want sweetness, I need to experience sugar or something of which sweetness is property. If I want rose fragrance, then I need to experience something which has that as its property. Similarly, if I want happiness, true happiness, I have to experience something of which happiness is its original property. And we claimed that your own pure self has that property. We have not proven that. We'll come to that in due course. We also saw the happiness and fictitious and relative happiness case by the child being born in jail and being used to getting 20 lashes and half roti when his hunger is of 2 roti, but still he is desperate for that half roti. One day instead of half he is given 1, and instead of 10 he is given 5 lashes. He's so happy that okay, I'm happiest person here. And when he is out, he realizes no, that was relative, it was still a pain. So we saw that temporary sense of happiness could be fictitious. We talked about am I body. So we took example that if table is broken, we say a part of table is here, part of table is there, but we don't say that about body. That hand is cut, I say my hand. I say my hand, my cap, my shirt, my car, my body, my heart, my brain. Even brain is my brain. Okay, not me. Otherwise, if brain was me, I would have said I am this, and my heart belongs to my brain, to me as the brain. But I say my brain. Why do I say my brain is happy or heart is happy? I say I am happy. I am in pain. I am unhappy. So the entity which has happiness, unhappiness as its property, I know. I don't know. So knowledge is property of I. Happiness is property of I. And this existence, this Chetana is property of me. We took that example of world being created 1 hour back, and we said that you tried to disprove. Nobody could do that because finally your existence is what is your current state of knowledge. If your knowledge is nothing, then you have nothing as your existence. So we saw these are important properties, that happiness, knowledge, Sat, Chit, Anand were the properties of self, pure self. Then we took example of rebirth, the topic of rebirth, that no object, you haven't seen a single object getting created out of nothing or getting destroyed. When a person dies, his body is burnt. I challenge that, saying that every single atom can be accounted for. What carbon became carbon dioxide by taking oxygen from outside, what became into vapor, what became into ash. So everything can continue. There is nothing that gets destroyed. Then what about this sense of I, this sense, something that had knowledge, something that had feeling of happiness and unhappiness, cannot get lost. So it also must be getting into some kind of form. And we concluded about rebirth. We took many more examples, but today is summary only. Now we come to the important new topic, which is challenging. Full world, if you see most religions, if you see most spiritual practices, people will tell you faith is important. Faith, faith, faith. Show me a sect where faith word is not used. Full faith, full and complete faith. Samarpan. Samarpan is complete, what do you call? Complete sacrificing yourself to that thought. I'm going to oppose that. Something which is followed by 99.99 or percent or more of the world, I'm saying faith is created to delude you, to confuse you, to keep you in dark. Because faith, blind faith, when it becomes blind, becomes a dangerous thing. Then that faith can be in a political hero, or in a movie star, or in a religious practice. Once it becomes blind, you stop seeing correctness. Once you stop seeing correct, what is right from what is wrong, then you are doomed. I mean, you may be going in the wrong direction. People ask, isn't faith important? But here I see that there are, let's say there are 400 or 4,000 paths that are thrown at me, but let's say there are 4 paths. People are going in 4 different directions. He says, this is the best way. He's not just saying that. He's saying this is the best way. Other 3 ways you go, you will fall in the valley. You will die. The other 3 are also saying same. So I need to find out. I cannot keep my eyes closed. Faith is created to, I believe, created by capitalists, by people in power, to stay in power so that people are suppressed. In case of a poor farmer, let's say, a poor chap is exploited by Jamindar or whoever, the landowner. Then someday the guy steals, takes his daughter and abuses. And the person says, no, that God is there, He will take care. Let me assure you, nothing like that happens. You have to take things in your hand. And so that you don't do that, these kind of beliefs are put in your mind so that you do not fight. You become subdued and you start accepting things. People will say that, but isn't faith such a great thing? So many people have practiced it and found it. So someone who is just going after materialism and drugs and drinks and all that, compared to that, someone who is doing job and just faith, blind faith, with any religion, I would say that may be better. But you may be left in dark. I'll give you the biggest example, that let's say some faith tells you that you go and kill. And that is something which will take you to the highest. You will reach God by doing that. And the guy starts believing it fully. He gives up his life killing people. You may say this is wrong. But I'll say no, this is bhakti, complete bhakti. He is giving up his life. Not just that, he is ready to take other lives because his guru has said. So many old art texts have stories like Guru told the Shishya, the disciple, that go and jump in the well, and he jumped in the well. I would ask why? How? Show me. You say you are going in that way. Do you have photographs of that side being better and there is no valley there? How many people have gone there and come back? I will ask 100 questions. Okay, so you will say that no, but that killing was a wrong path. But when in the right path, what is wrong in having full faith in the right path? You have full faith in right path. How do you know it is right? To know it is right, you have to apply your logic. You will see so many sects and so many things. You think only the sect you were born in is the truth and rest of the thing is false. I'll give you the biggest proof of this fallacy in the faith idea. There are 600-700 crore people in the universe, 6-7 billion, I don't know exact number. They are born in different religions. How many people have you seen who is born in religion A and believes that it is wrong, religion B is giving the correct picture, or some other theory is correct picture? Why does it happen that most of the people who are born in their own faith believe their own faith is correct? That is because they are not questioning. Because from childhood they have been emotionally involved and uh, submerged in the idea of that faith, that faith is right and this is the right way. Even if it is completely crazy, even if it calls earth flat, even if it is, says something illogical, once you go in faith, emotion gets involved and you stop seeing things clearly. So I'll tell you how emotion takes over. Most of the people have their heart bruised, hurt sometime or other. In some way, I haven't seen at least a person who has never been hurt. And that hurt people carry. Someday someone sits in a calming experience in some meditation, some kind of meditation, and it feels like a peacock feather on their heart. It feels so nice. Once it feels nice, you get emotionally attached. Once you are emotionally attached, you stop seeing whether it is right or wrong. So there are so many sects, Western, Indian. In India, there are so many philosophies. In India, so many religions. Every religion has so many sects. In one religion, there are, say, like for example, in Hindu religion, no bias towards or against taking Hindu as example because most people who are attending the course are in that religion. But in that religion, there are six um, schools. One school says no Atma. One school says Atma is there. One school says God created us. One school says no, I am God. Okay. Can they all be true at the same time? Just not possible. And if you really want to find truth, then you need to find truth and not follow a religion. And you need to question everything. Like I want you to question this also. I may have ulterior motive. So I have seen. So after passing from IIT for 4 years, I roamed around in trying to find a truth about who am I. I met so many gurus. Sorry to say that 99% or more, much more than 99% gurus were motivated by some other things like money and sex and so many other things. You can understand that not by seeing their beautiful lecture and ability to speak. Some people have gift of gab, they speak very well, but that is different. Unless you stay with them, you understand them, observe them. So I have stayed with some of the gurus. I have actually spied on them early morning, seeing people say this is nonsense, such a low faith you have, this is unethical that you are spying on someone. Why can't you have faith? Why does he have to hide if everything is clean, right? So, and I really wanted to find truth, so I'll do anything and everything. I'll take risk. There are goons who have attacked me sometimes because many of these gurus have goons as their supporters. So I was ready to find at any cost. So I will do every possible thing to try and find out, question everything. So someone says that you will merge in God, I will question that. Someone says you are soul, I'll question that. Someone says eat, drink and marry, that will give you happiness. We have questioned it already with ice cream example and the jail example and the itching example, so many other things. So, so there is no alternative to actually questioning everything, finding out, what is good faith. If I have faith in rebirth, then I will not be scared of death. Because this is temporary faith. This is blind faith. Blind faith is not that solid. I'll give you an example of blind faith and real faith. I'll take an example that there was a person who was going to school, a schoolboy. Okay, he had a watch And he had just taken it out, kept it on table at the time of recess, went to wash his hands and came back. And his watch was gone, stolen. Now he thinks, out of this four, this guy is very well to do. I don't think he needs my simple watch. This other guy has watch exactly same as my brand. I don't think he may be interested in same thing again. Third person comes from such a good family, honest person. I don't think he is the person. Fourth, most probably this fourth guy is likely to be the thief. Can I catch him by throat and say that you are the thief? I cannot, because my knowledge is based purely on logic. When you go to faith, it is not even on logic. Okay, I'm coming to a better level. But when by chance if I'm going and from window I see that that person has lifted the watch and kept it in his bag, then I'll definitely go and catch him and say, show me your bag. I am 100% sure because I have seen it directly. So what I say is that faith you need to leave back. We see blind faith destroying a nation because of people believing in wrong leaders. So many times this has happened. It has happened with Hitler and it is happening in so many places. India also it can happen. So leave that, ask questions. True faith comes when not by blindly accepting things, by asking every question, getting answer to every single question, every single doubt, then your faith is more solid. After that, actually experience it, experiment it, and then that experiment will show you that okay, what I believed, the experience is exactly matching that. That pratyaksha anubhuti, that direct experience is something which will make your conviction complete. So there is no second way than to logically understand and to practically experience for finding out true happiness. Now I'll take questions, or I can tell you another example. It is like you are born in complete dark. You are in complete dark. You hear voices, you hear people saying, go this way, go that way. Someone says, do career. Someone says, do business. Someone says, no, don't take risk. Someone says, no, career and business are secondary. You need to find yourself. So many thoughts, thousands of thoughts given to me. And I'm running according to that. But I feel I need to end this darkness. I need to have light. See things and then decide for myself. So I want to find out the source of light. So I go on trying to find out, feel, because I cannot see now. That drishti to see self, to see light is not there. So I'm wondering. Universe is so big. If I keep wandering in arbitrary direction, I may be coming back in same circles. I will never be able to find the light in my lifetime. So, but luckily there are so many theories that tell you how to find light. Someone will say that give up this, give up that. Someone will say sit in meditation. Someone will say concentrate on your breath. So many theories will come up. Now what I do is, luckily I have a brain, I have a capacity, thinking capacity where I can use logic. Logically I'll find out which are completely flawed theories. I'll remove them. Then I will have 5-6 theories. Some people I was fortunate with logic, so I could refute even more than 5-6 and came to a couple of theories where I had to actually experiment and find out. Then actually experiment, find out that true happiness, you feel that your fear is coming down, your satisfaction levels are increasing, then is something you can move ahead. I'll give you an example of logical disproving. So there is this called Prajapita Rajyog Brahma Kumaris. Okay, so I had taken one meditation camp, 3 full days camp for some of the gurus because they wanted to understand what I am thinking and they wanted to give their side of story to us. So simple question, what that principle believes is none of these existing theories in Indian or Western philosophies, they have different theory where they say that the kind of seed you sow, the same kind of tree will come. So a human becomes a human being in next life, which is contrary to all our philosophies. Okay, and ant will become ant, bacteria becomes bacteria. So my question is, how do then some life forms become extinct? How does human population change? So some such questions come. Okay, these questions are because I'm logical and I'm finding out. I'm not embracing something happily. Okay, I found something and I go behind that. What I am following, whether it is right or not, I need to find out first. So when people say that, okay, if what's wrong in finding following the right path, first I need to have that capacity to find out whether it is right or wrong. Then their second principle is that there is nothing like mukti, no freedom from life and death. You have to keep doing it. But if you follow celibacy, brahmacharya, if you are vegetarian, if you do this, you are truthful, then you are reborn in a place where it's like Satya Yuga, where everything is honest and everything is nice. Everybody is nice. Reproduction is asexual. So many such things, and you are happier there. But it ends, and you again have to come to this Kali Yuga. So my simple question to them was that in this Kali Yuga, where things are bad, filled with sin, someone can be so nice, truthful, that he gets birth in Satya Yuga. What is it that you do in Satya Yuga that you have to take birth in Kali Yuga? And if you do something wrong in Satya Yuga, then how is it Satya Yuga? Okay, simple, logical. For me, the question was, the problem was over. So this is how logically you need to deal. So in dark I am going. Now I come to some theories, I follow that, I touch somewhere. Now I'll explain here what is the first experience. I am in search of light, I find something which is covered. I remove the black cover and I actually see the light. This is the first experience. While doing experiments, while understanding, while logically understanding, while doing kriyas, dharana, when for the first time you get the actual experience, it is a mild light. Because once I uncover that, I find that the light is covered by so many layers of semi-transparent plasticky kind of things, and there is a dark cover. I have removed dark cover. If I have removed dark cover, I start seeing light, and because of my earlier sanskar, because of my other attractions, I may go wander around. But whenever I am in difficulty now, my search is over. I don't have to go on finding out light with my feeling with my hands. I just turn back, look at the source of light, go there, remove one more cover. So I say that once you have found light, once you have got the real experience of self, then your ticket to moksha, the highest possible thing, is already reserved. Okay, now I'll take questions. I want people to question. I am questioning something, faith, which is followed by almost everybody in the whole world. Most gurus tell you to keep faith, and I'm saying don't. So, questions, please. I gave you statistical example also, that why is it that truths are different for people in different religion? Because they are emotionally attached, and unless that attachment, and there cannot be 5 separate truths. Okay, I don't know if I repeated this, but when I started researching on this, when I was in hostel, in my diary I have written. So I'll tell you, in same religion, there are 6 sects where Charvak Rishi has written Granth in Sanskrit language, where he says that no Atma, nothing, it's chemical reaction, just eat, drink, marry, enjoy this life. And somewhere else you say that you can merge with God, some says you are God. So Advait is one of the advanced sects. In Advait, there are Madhvacharyas, Vishishta Advait, and Shankaracharya's Keval Advait. They strongly refute each other to the level that you start thinking that believing this and that thing, that other guy must be stupid. So each of them considering other guy stupid, I definitely need to find out what is right for me. What happens is, I'll tell you, to all of you, every year you should give me 1 lakh rupees. After 10 years, I'm going to give you great returns. Have faith, no paperwork. What is the plan? Trust me. Trust me, I'll make. You'll ask me questions. No, what is the plan? Okay, I tell you the plan. You'll say, but what is the risk? What is the guarantee? So it's just small pieces of paper, 1 lakh rupees, which one can spend in a 1 week vacation abroad, or even sometimes in India now. Things have become expensive, I think. 100,000 rupees is nothing. And for that, you are asking me so many questions. You want guarantee, you don't want to have faith in me. You have known me to be an honest person, still you'll ask me 100 questions. No, you may be honest, but your plan may not be a wise plan. Right? Then, where a question of my life, of my multiple lives, my forever betterment is concerned, why do I want to follow a blind faith method? I do not understand. That is something completely wrong.
Question.
Yeah, please, question.
Chat.
Yeah, ask. Okay, what is the question? You can read. Nilesh. I will come in front. 84 lakh species based on our karma. So, which is true. So, we have not. Oh, okay. I too have listened to BKs. They say human get human birth, unlike Hindu religion, right? So I'm telling you, that human getting human birth is completely wrong, does not fit logic. Otherwise, population should not change. Otherwise, some of the life forms, dinosaurs would still be found. They would not become extinct, and new life forms like new viruses and new bacteria would not get formed. One has to take every. It is like saying that a person having Samsung mobile, his SIM can fit in another Samsung mobile only. No, your hardware can change. So truth is that things will change. And you should suspect any philosophy, any following where commerce is connected. I have asked questions that, okay, you have understood everything, you have realized true happiness. Then my friend, why do you have to have so many helicopters and SUVs? Why do you need so many luxuries? Why do you need to grab land? I have asked these questions. That is where gundas will come for you. But you need to question. Anyone else? You can ask, unmute yourself and ask questions. It doesn't have to be even people from team who is working with us also can ask these questions, because we are challenging some of the most standard faith. This is the first time we are going to challenge many more dangerous things. Okay, but this, if not clear, we will not be able to move ahead. You need to challenge. Don't blindly accept because I am saying that. Maybe I have some ulterior motive. You should question. If not, I'll create questions myself and keep answering, and I have no choice left. So I'll tell you a story of Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi, when he was in South Africa, he was impressed with the Christian missionary work. Some may not be, but some people do it selflessly. I've seen some of them working selflessly. In India also, they cared for leprosy patients. They ate with people from lower caste where they were not being touched by other people. So he was impressed with their work. And then he wrote a letter to he considered someone in Gujarat his guru, Srimad Raichand or someone like that. He wrote a letter saying that I am impressed with this Christian missionary work, and I believe any path I take and follow sincerely, read Bhakti, I follow with Bhakti, I should be able to reach God. And so can I follow this Christianity and the missionary way? So answer is beautiful. You need to understand, focus, and really understand it. Answer was that if you do not know where the seed is sown, and you sincerely put water, fertilizer, take care, you may feel good while doing it, but there will be no outcome. You exactly have to know where the seed is sown for you to get the results. Similarly, if you do not know the answer to who am I, doing spirituality, doing good work will feel good but will not come to a correct result. You exactly have to know the answer to who am I. So follow any philosophy that gives correct answer to who am I. So there are meditation methods where people say you focus on your breath. Does it answer who you are? No. So will that take away your fears? It will not. So with fears, will you be able to have true bliss? You will not be able to. So you have to exactly know where the seed is sown. You exactly have to know who am I, and only then you will be able to. And that is why we have this Atma Khoj uh, uh, portion in our session. That by doing physical exercise, by doing only meditation, you are not going to find anything. You need to. So here I am preparing my mind to have better concentration, body to have better stability, and on side by side I am logically preparing our minds to understand what could be real. Oh, what are my wrong concepts till now? What is the true understanding of self? And then with that logical understanding and with the practical, if I can uncover that light, that is the time you actually have atmanubhuti, self experience, and your path to ultimate happiness starts there. So this Gandhiji's example that have to know where the seed is sown exactly, and that is a question you have to ask. So someone says that, particularly when in your own sect there are four theories which say that this is the right way, that is wrong, this is the right way, that is wrong. There are sects which are in few lakh. In that few lakh, also there are logically oppositions. So in my hostel, when I started reading these books from uh, different religions. I used to pick them up from roadside, the second-hand booksellers. And then I found that A is strongly logically refuting B, and B is strongly refuting A. I had written in my diary that if A refutes B and B refutes A logically, then either only one of them is right or both could be wrong. You have to start with that openness, only then you will find out the reality. People give example that no, all religions may be same. Someone is saying that elephant is like this, elephant is like that. No, it is not that. You're talking about complete. You're calling a dog a elephant, and that is where I'm going to object. Okay, so you need to find out the truth, and truth is not based on which religion you were born in. Truth is based on what is your logical thinking telling you, and what do you see as truth, and then what can be experienced as a truth finally. Yeah, question please. So I guess everybody here is self-realized, because I have challenged the most popular faith about faith, and there is no question. Or you can think over this week, sincerely try to find out what is wrong about what I'm saying, and try to disprove it. So this concept that God is sitting there, he'll take care of you. As I said, it is wrong concept kept in you so that people can rule you. And you will not fight, you will not revolt. In one session, I am going to actually prove the fallacy in someone being able to do something for you, God or whatever power. Okay. And funny thing is, I am going to prove not that it is not true. I am going to prove that none of you believe that it is true. Okay, it's funny. I mean, people who are logical, they find it very interesting. They'll have smile on their face. People who are blindly attached to something, they get angry because there is no refutation to that proof. It is so clear logic that they can't disprove, and then that gives rise to anger. Yeah, please go on, ask.
Yeah, Parag, I have a question here,
Yeah,
which probably would be illuminating for everyone. What do you mean when you say past sanskars?
past
So,
sanskars is basically the psychological impacts. I had You might have heard it earlier. These people have not heard, but I had written a death management article where, while dying, how past sanskars help. They form conditioned response. So you are conditioned to hear some particular mantra, let's say Gayatri mantra, all life you have been saying. You have connected that with something which is pavitra, pious. So you will get that peaceful feeling even when you while dying, how it can be used. And a Muslim person would get the same feeling when he hears Allahu Akbar. So this is a conditioning. Conditioned response is what past sanskar.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody else had a question. M. Who?
Sir, personally, I don't have blind faith on any guru or any concepts put forth by any of the so-called gurus.
Yeah.
But sir, when it comes to some theories, for example, whether God exists or not, whether you believe in the theory of karma or not,
Hmm.
I think based on my personal experience, now still I won't say it is blind faith, but to some extent I have faith on the theory of karma based on personal experience. Would you also say that it is again blind faith? Because I have
No.
found many people who, like, after giving the best of their efforts, after having done everything the proper way, after having planned everything also,
Hmm.
fail in their attempt to succeed in some particular thing, or for whatever reasons lose some loved ones in their life at a very young age or whatever,
Yeah.
and despite trying to figure out the real reason behind it, they are not able to come to any logical conclusion. So ultimately I think if you have blind faith on, say, a theory of karma or something, it actually helps people deal with the situation or helps build resilience in them to some extent. So when
Defense
it comes
mechanism. Yes.
to, yeah, so when it, so I believe, so when it comes to having, like, blind faith, if you want to call it so, even on some theories,
No, this is
specifically the
not
theory of
completely blind because it
karma,
is based on some data that you.
your experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I'm talking about my personal experience, but I have also, probably it is also their personal experience, I don't know, but I have seen many
But there are
elders
people who
in
will
the
be believing
family
blindly
also.
also. I know that. Yes.
Yeah, elders in the family, like, just making a casual remark, oh no, it's our karma. And
Yeah.
I think, yeah, there it is blind faith, but I think somewhere it is helping the people, it is not really taking away anything from them. So there, won't you say it's kind of okay if people have
No,
blind
no. So
faith?
it does it have benefits is a question. It has benefits. Does
Hmm,
painkiller have benefits? Yes, painkiller has benefits. I won't say painkiller should never be taken.
correct.
Okay. But while taking painkiller, I need to know what is the cause of my disease and I need to uproot that. These faiths are helpful as a painkiller. They will give you solace for time being.
Hmm,
Now
hmm,
I'll take an excellent example. Okay, this is a fantastic, my favorite and true example from Mahatma Gandhi's life.
hmm,
So when Gandhiji was in South Africa, he saw Christian missionaries work. They do that work kind of like some of them at least must be doing selflessly. In India, some of them they treated lepers. They sat and ate with people who were supposedly untouchables. So they do selfless work, possibly to propagate their religion or whatever, but they are doing selfless work. He was so impressed, he wrote a letter to his guru in Gujarat, some Srimad Raichandra or something like that. I don't remember exactly, but he wrote a letter that if I follow any path sincerely, I should be able to reach God, which is a common belief that most people have. So I have liked their method. Can I take up Christianity and I can missionary work and I can uh, uh, reach spiritual heights? So answer was beautiful. He didn't say yes, no. Answer was really beautiful. He said in the written response, if you do not know where the seed is sown, okay, seed कहाँ पे है मुझे पता नहीं है, okay, and then you are putting water, fertilizers, everything somewhere, doing it sincerely. While doing sincerely, you will feel good because you are doing it with full faith. Something will come, but in the long run, nothing will come out of it. For it to be productive, you exactly have to know where the seed is sown. Similarly, he said, that for you to reach spiritual heights, you'll have to follow a method which tells you exactly the answer to who am I. If that answer is wrong, then your whole efforts may go waste. So, with wrong faith also, I have had all religions of people in my company, and people who were complete followers of religion were more peaceful compared to people who had no faith at all. Okay, but that can lead, that can be manipulated. We see it being manipulated in politics and everywhere. There was a Hitler who appealed to people's faith and people believed him and stopped seeing reason. And there are cases, there will be cases in India also. So blind faith that way becomes dangerous. For those who have logic, should try and seeking actual truth. For some people who have absolutely, like a person is really uh, very low in intellect, has no ability to think much, for him, rather than just being stressed, having faith would be definitely better. But for people who can think, they should try and actually find answers. So you exactly have to know where the seed is sown. I exactly have to know who am I. So someone says that I'll do this and I am doing this black magic and you will have stomach ache. And another guy says I am doing some white magic, I am doing Reiki and your stomach ache will go. Both theories I need to challenge and find out that why they are so useless. So you need to question this also. And
But sir, I have a doubt here again.
yeah.
For a person like, say, Mirabai, from whatever little I know about her story,
Hmm.
right from a very young age, she just had a blind faith that Krishna existed.
Yeah, yeah.
And
No,
if
fully
we
agree.
go by
I
that,
understood your
then
question.
yeah, so then
Okay,
she
and
has
she was
actually
happy also,
started in
right?
a yeah, and she has started in a reverse order, right? Like her journey to mukti started from the blind faith that Krishna is there, and that Krishna is her whole and soul, and from that faith she started her journey, and ultimately she did attain mukti.
That we don't know. The last part we do not know. We are assuming. Why assume? Why assume she got mukti? Everybody is going to say mukti. I challenge everything. Like Tukaram, they say, went with body to heaven. And I immediately my thought, was he killed that his body was not found? People, because he was very radical and he was very modern in his thoughts, and people might have killed him. And so you need to question this. How does mukti happen? So first we will understand what is mukti, how it happens, and if a given theory does not, who verified? Did she say after getting mukti that I did not get next birth and I got mukti? No, we don't
So,
have that.
but then there is no proof to that, to anybody who makes
No,
that
that is
claim. We
why
don't
we
have a
need that is why first we need that logical correctness. Second, we need is a practical experience. That has she in any of her poetries, I have read almost all, said, talked about Atmanuvati, experience of self was bliss. No, she was talking about someone else as her partner or everything. There are songs where viraha feeling is there. No, viraha, why viraha? Viraha is a sad feeling.
correct.
So this sad feeling does not remain, has no scope after finding uh, the pure self, which is purely made of knowledge and happiness.
So probably it was just a phase in her life when she was
Yeah, 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 yeah.
experiencing
Yeah,
Viraha, but
she had a
ultimately she would
phase.
have
I don't
reached.
know what happened in her personal life, but this path to her was best um fallback, and she formed a defense mechanism. You'll find out in psychology defense mechanisms that people form. I'll give you an example from psychology. There was a woman, Catholic woman, where they are not allowed to do neither abortions nor family planning.
Mhm.
Was getting 8, 9, 10 children, and then she developed a paralysis of lower body, complete
Mhm.
paralysis. So obviously now she cannot uh, perform with her husband and cannot get kids. One fine day, after a few years, her husband died in an accident. She did not hate her husband. This was not at conscious level. This happened at subconscious level. The defense mechanism must have, and her paralysis got cured because there was no physical problem. That was that going through childbirths one after another must have created so much trauma for her that her body created a defense mechanism. These are defense mechanisms. This defense mechanism worked for Mira. This sounds like rude. Who this small guy whom nobody knows is talking about what happened to Mira. But I am saying that you need to go by logic, logically find out. Otherwise, there would not be so many truths being thrown around in the world. So, if you go by same religion and you go by the Advait philosophy, Mira's path would not look like right path. And there can be many rights. Did I tell you in this session? I don't know, but when A says B is wrong logically, B says A is wrong logically, in hostel days, I had written in my diary, because I used to that time buy books on the road from second-hand book stalls, and I found that people criticizing, like I saw Madhavacharya and Shankaracharya criticizing each other, and I saw so many other isms, Buddhism, this and that, and I had written honestly that if A says B is wrong logically, B says A is wrong logically, either only one of them is right or both of them can be wrong. You have to be that open that maybe everything is wrong. We'll find out some truths from everywhere. I'm not wanting to insult all current philosophies. I have learnt a lot from current philosophies only. But you need not keep your reason aside and follow blindly. Follow blindly and then you are likely to fall. I'll give you another example. I am making an offer now. I seem like a decent guy, right? Doing this selflessly. So my offer is all of you give 1 lakh rupees a year. Not much amount, right? 1 lakh rupees a year for 10 years. In 10 years, I'll give you good returns. So you'll ask me what you are doing. No, keep faith. Why do you need to ask so many questions? No, but at least don't you trust me? You will say, yeah, I trust you, but I am not sure whether your business plan is trustable. Okay, you'll ask questions, then I'll explain. You'll ask me about risks. What if this happens? What if that happens? What if you have an accident and then will there be someone to continue? My money is at risk. Wow, so much love for such a small money which can be thrown away in 1 week's trip, right? You want so many questions, so much logic for that. Here is something, a faith that concerns your multiple lives, your permanent good or bad. You have to question. You cannot go blindly. Okay.
So, sir, then it means that ultimately it is on me to find my own unique truth.
No. Truth will not be multiple. But you need to find truth, select truth, question everything. So we come from backgrounds where there are a lot of logical philosophies which are given to us. But in my book on a religion, I had written clearly that where all gurus say that you should have 0 questions on the granthas that are written. And I have written why you should question every granth. You will find a lot of truths, but not everything may be truth, because over the ages, there might have been distortions. This has happened. Written books came after many years of actual tapasya, and that time there was knowledge was given by speech, by memory, and was translated. I tell you theory of relativity, when you tell your child theory of relativity, you may be telling something completely different. Over generations, things may have changed. So I need to actually check, because it concerns everything of me. Okay, that simple child, mine or not mine, made such a big difference. This is something which is my existence of so many lives, and possibly this is the only opportunity I have, because I have logic now to think and find out. So you need to apply logic, and you need to be able to question that is this concept right, is this concept wrong.
But
One
sir,
of the
it seems,
sessions I am going, yeah.
it seems to be like a very humongous task, especially for a sansari lady like me.
But who is
You
talking
know,
about giving up sansar kind of thing, right?
no,
In
but
my
it is
example, I
like,
said after finding light also I went around, right?
so it seems like you need to devote time to
No.
like,
No, I had
in
to
the
devote
quest
a
of
lot of time,
knowledge and
because I didn't have anyone to guide me. But sometimes you are fortunate that some ready guidance, some like for example, you would not have to try Brahma Kumari, for example, if you are convinced with my argument. You won't have to try that. It's already told to you. I'll tell you some other fallacies that that will shorten your path, and then experiment you'll have to do yourself. So what I'm trying to achieve, okay, I didn't want to give this away, but when I'm calling my body gets filled with, I can say no, my body gets filled with light, I'm calling it temple, temple, temple. Someday when I'm going to tell you, I'm creating a conditioned response. Someday when I'm going to tell you that your pure self is God in this uh, uh, body, okay, this acceptance is going to be much easier, because I have, without telling you the reason, I have continuously told you, called, instead of body I have called it temple. Okay, so we'll do some such exercises, and then yes, then sometimes yes, for some people it may take some time, some people it may take much more time, but you'll be able to discover divinity within yourself if it is done sincerely and without doing much sacrifice. I'm not talking of sacrifice.
Okay.
In my book, I have described about sacrifice. People say, no, that we sacrifice this. There's one more question. Yeah, Shruti. Just after this, you can talk, Shruti. Yeah. So,
Uh,
yeah. Yeah, go on.
no, you were saying something, sir. I'll ask afterwards. It's
Yeah.
okay.
So you were saying about sacrifices, yeah.
Yeah.
You mentioned.
So, I made fun of sacrifice. What sacrifice you are going to do? First of all, your first understanding is this is not happiness. Okay, food and sex and this and that is, people are establishing that is not true happiness, and then saying that I am sacrificing so much. There is no sacrifice. You are going for a higher level of bhog, and that's why to others it looks like you are sacrificing. I am enjoying something more, so I am not going for other things, and that is how it should be. It should not be that I am giving up something. You'll have psychological problems when you actually enjoy something and you are forcefully giving it up.
True.
Yeah, yes, Shruti.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, Shruti.
Yes, good afternoon, sir. This has been really interesting conversation this session. So I actually had a question related to yoga. So my niece is suffering from congested chest. Like she has very severe cough since almost 2 months now. So like I wanted to ask whether should I teach her Ujjayi and
Kapalbhati,
Agnisar or
Ujjayi and
something?
all will help. But as I said, if it is
Yeah,
very bad case, you need to actually
right,
see how it is. Then you can use bronchodilator, Vicks or something like that. You put in hot water, right?
right,
So with
right,
that, if she does Ujjayi and all that, uh,
right,
yeah, she'll not get this attack. Otherwise, you will immediately get attack of cough, because
right.
you're
Okay.
you're 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 doing a process which is going to, so your breathing tract, your what do you call it?
Respiratory system.
Respiratory tract. There are
Yeah,
attachments. There are things stuck, and they are
right.
the ones which your body wants to throw in. That is why cough happens. So these
Correct,
processes will try to eliminate those stuck things, and
correct,
that is what may trigger little more cough. So you need to be prepared for that. That
correct.
yeah.
It would trigger. But my main concern is that she's only 6 years old. So it wouldn't affect her in any way, in negative way, right?
No, no. No.
Okay. So Agnisar and Ujjayi, I can definitely recommend to her
Agnisar is
then.
not so easy. I'm saying
Right.
uh, Kapalbhati and Ujjayi.
Kapalbhati. And what about Anulom-Vilom? Will that help as well?
Anulom-Vilom helps anyone, any age, from childhood to old age.
Right,
You can do
right,
it anytime.
right. So you are suggesting Ujjayi mainly with Vicks and something?
Anulom-Vilom is a massage to mind. Okay, slowly
Right.
here to there to here, cooling, heating, and
Correct,
understanding your breathing track. Your breathing becomes smoother. Your chances of depression become lesser. People with
correct,
choked nose have higher depressions. You can find that.
correct. Okay, okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, yeah. So morning 2 sessions also, I believe I have given lot of hot stuff, but it was not objected. Maybe you can think of it. This is just beginning. I'm going to challenge something which is even bigger in coming sessions. Not just for the fun of challenging, but to, you require a shock sometimes to bring you down to truth. Otherwise, you may stay in that illusion, and follow something in the wrong direction.
Sir, I have one more question.
Yeah, sure.
Sir, will we also be dealing with how yoga can help in preventing neurodegenerative diseases, which in
Yes.
some cases is also hereditary, like say Parkinson's or Alzheimer's,
Yeah.
etc. Has
Yeah.
yoga been proven to help in those areas?
Yes, it does. So pranayam in particular, and some asanas definitely. So we'll be doing that. Thyroid, then vertigo, diabetes, blood pressure. We may have some focused uh, sessions unless some people want something specific.
Sir, so even if there is a family history of all these cases like Parkinson's
So,
or
say in
Alzheimer's,
my
etc.
experiments, I worked on something which is cell level meditation. Okay, this I was planning because in this initial period when we are going through only basics, it is going to be difficult. But after these 3 months, when we go to the advanced course, I was planning to take that. So that is something where, and I have done this experiment only on one patient, so I do not have huge data, but I have a logical theory to support it, where you hypnotize your cells to perform better. Okay, so that is a crude, short description of cell level meditation. But that is something, once we do that, I believe that can help activating cells of any part of your body. I had done it for my own diabetes and 9 years back, and a severe numbers basically 396 and that kind of sugar levels. In 3 months, I stopped my medication and till date not on medication. So I know that these things can work. So definitely there will be methods which will. So when you do Brahmari or when you do Onkar, this Gunjan in your brain area, it works as good as that impulse that they implant in your brain with battery. Okay, for Alzheimer's cases. Okay,
Right.
this works similarly to that. So it will definitely help.
Okay. Okay.
I'm 100% sure. Okay, of course, you will need to try, and there is no harm at least in trying. So,
Okay.
and second good thing is I'm not selling this. So I mean, there is no need to doubt that some pharma company is going to make money out of this.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, but you need to question even the medication, right? So medicines,
Right.
when your blood pressure instead of 120 it becomes 130, people will start giving you BP medications. I'll someday share a video on death by medicine. You need to find out how many people have died by just 10-degree more blood pressure, and how many have died because of the side effects of the blood pressure medication. Okay, so so because if there is commerce connected, there is so much corruption happens. Same has happened with religion. And trust me, more than 99%, more than 99.99% people have interest. I have actually stayed 4 years, and I was not a dumb guy. Okay, I had fair ability of thinking, and because of clear thinking, I had excellent memory and ability to think. I used to play chess blindfolded, which is without having the board in front. My eyes tied. Okay, so just to tell you that I was not a dumb guy. I'm actually fairly logical and meeting people, trying to see, and not having blind no faith, like not blind unbeliever also. I wanted to believe something, so I went and stayed with so many people. I found that so many of them are actually corrupt, and because there is commerce connected, there is a lot of corruption in religion business also, possibly most corrupt. Okay, here there are three levels of problems. Okay, even beyond medicine, why there are more dangers here. So I met with people who knew, like for example, Osho. Okay, I'm on the record. This is going to be on YouTube, and I'm saying it clearly that Osho used to deceive people with some false logic. Knowingly, he knew some of these things were not right, but that worked to gain something. This is the highest level of corruption in spirituality.
Yeah.
Second is giving a bit of spiritual knowledge, but um, a mixed guy. Okay, like he wants to do a bit of, so at times he is spiritual, at times he is not. Third is a nice case. This person has a wrong belief, but he truly believes something wrong is true, and he's propagating that. He's not doing anything corrupt, he's not doing a sin, but what he's telling you is not going to help you because you are not questioning. So there is one famous guru. So all people who are decent, I am not going to take their names. Okay, people who are decent and had good intent. Like Mirabai, I have nothing against it. Beautiful poetry. Kabir, I am a fan of Kabir. I use some of his poetry to explain some theories. But so this guru had, there is a book by him, I think 100 questions and answers or something like that. So question I asked is, Guruji, who am I actually? And his answer is so vague. He says, it's not important to know who you are, it is important to know who you are not. One cannot say this if you have realized self. Okay. So, but the guy was not doing anything, not cheating anyone. He believed something and he was following something and propagating something. So someone believes that there is a stone buried deep in Himalaya, and that is something which is the energy center, and it does everything. He goes in that direction of Himalaya, that particular mountain, and prays every day. Not cheating anybody. He actually believes so, and he may have followers. Okay, so this is an additional level of. So at least in medicine, you have that layer which is like there are provings and there is scientific. Uh, there are institutions which have some checks. So if I come up with theory that if you the used cricket ball, if you put your tongue on it, then your diseases will get cured. I'll immediately be arrested for giving wrong information, and so there is at least some control. In religion, there is no such control. I can say anything I want.
Thank
I'm
you,
doing
sir.
this purely with not to insult anyone or not to shock your thoughts, purely with intent that I want people to try and see true happiness, which is irrespective of what happens around you.
Sir, so basically, even in this context, we can say that all the rituals that are connected with religion is also, to some extent, just to give us some happiness for to some extent, to some level, just to make people come together and give them some sort of happiness,
Some
other
of the
than
rituals
having.
like that, some of the rituals have some scientific basis also. That cultivates some kind of conditioned response, some sanskar. So
Like, sir.
like in exit management I had written that if you are used to, so if some for someone Gayatri mantra, for someone something else, for someone Allahu Akbar, all life, or a temple bell, you have assigned that to uh, so all your life you have considered that as a good thing, nice thing to do with peace. A person is dying and is in extreme pain, and that time he is you are trying to tell him deeper philosophy. He is not in condition to try and understand. But that temple bell, that small diya, or that mantra, or that Allahu Akbar, is going to rekindle his memories about that feeling of peace. It's a very powerful tool, conditioned response in psychology. The experiment I'll tell you that if you touch somewhere and there is what happens is a light flashes and you get shock. Someday you touch, there is no electric shock, but light flashes, you are still going to feel the shock. This is the conditioned response. You have conditioned yourself. Okay, these experiments are, I think you can check Dr. Paulo's experiments or something. I have forgotten that. So this is something which is used in religion. Some of the rituals, they are actually well meant. Many of them are well meant. When our country has a lot of heat, so the tilak that people put actually protected that particular area, that particular chakra from heat, and it had useful impact. So there may be so we don't want to go into that. We don't want to denounce everything blindly. Just like you should not have blind faith, you should not have blind non-faith. In IIT, there was one debate: God is there or not there, and there was like. And I used a funny, interesting logic. I asked them that, do you believe in ZPQ? So people said, no. I said, first tell me, do you believe in ZPQ? Then they angrily told me, first I need to know what is ZPQ, then I'll tell you. So I said, then first you need to know what is God. You define that and then tell me whether you believe or not. You can say, I don't believe God can do something for me. It's okay. I don't believe God is someone who created world. But you don't define God and you are saying God is there, God is not there. It has no meaning. So think on these topics
Yes,
and try your best to try and disprove me, because I want you to prove it to yourself first. When you will try to disprove and you cannot, you will. So one of the sessions I am actually going to show you that neither God nor anyone else can do anything for you. You have to do it for yourself. And I'm going to prove that. I'm not going to prove that God can't do something or something. I'm going to prove you don't believe that anyone can do it. Okay, not about my belief. I'm going to prove you yourself are not believing it. It's a very interesting proof, logical proof. Okay, and the interesting outcome of that proof is people who are logical, a smile comes on their face, and a realization that wow, I didn't realize this. Okay, for people who are blindly in blind faith, typical response is anger, because they get angry because they don't have defense to that logic, and they don't want to leave what they are stuck to. Thank you, guys.